Hi you guys, my name is Quincy Gardner and today I want to talk about gear. So gear is a topic that it's always brought up, especially when someone's looking to get into filmmaking. Of course you're looking to see what kind of camera should I buy, what kind of light should I buy, what kind of audio equipment should I buy. And obviously it's like a slippery slope. Start here and then it's all the way, you're just thinking like, hey, I need a lens, now I need an adapter, I need a filter, it just keeps going and you just start spending money, you just bleed money. So I'd say buy what you can afford and don't go broke making your film, even though we usually go broke making our film, but you know what I mean. Try not to go too broke. But with my gear, it's relatively simple. My gear is actually pretty cheap. One light that I would definitely suggest people buying is the 160 LED light. This is about a $25 light and I have 3 of them. I also have a 300 LED, it's about $50, and I have an 800 watt redhead light, which is about $80 on eBay. So all of them are great lights. And actually this next screenshot, the whole scene was lit with the 800 watt redhead light, which is the $80 light. And so that's just to show you that this light can do wonders and it's only $80. You're not dropping $2,000. And also the next scene is also lit with just the 160 LEDs. We were out like in a national park, like at nighttime, all the way back in the woods. We didn't have a generator, and so we just lit it up with these lights. And with that scene, you could do so much with it. Denoise it, crush the blacks, color correct it, and no one would ever know that you shot that scene with a 160 LED. It would just be between you and your crew. And so that's the beauty of filmmaking. But you always have to remember that there were so many great films that were shot on shoestring budgets. And so I always hate when I get in arguments with people because they're always saying, talking to me like about you need this, you need that, and you need this, or your production is going to be crap, which it's really not necessarily true. There's so many filmmakers that have came up and have gotten recognition from films, I guess, that those people would call crappy, but it was because of the story that the film was actually strong. But moving on is lenses. I'd say for anyone looking to get lenses, get them fast. You can find a lot of 1.8 lenses for relatively cheap, but my 2 favorite lenses I love to use is the Nikon 50mm 1.2 and the Voigtlander 25mm 0.95. I almost forgot my favorite lens. I use it all the time though. It's not a cheap lens, but at the time I was writing a full-length film that took place completely at nighttime, and so I felt that I needed the lens to really complement my camera, because of course my camera had limitations, and I didn't really have that good of lighting, and so I needed a lens that could really just push it for what I needed it for. But moving on to cameras, I say buy what you can afford. I started off with the Canon T2i and I loved it. It was a cheap camera. Now I use the Panasonic GH2. You can get them for, they range from like $400 to $700. I love this camera. It takes everything that I push at it. It's a workhorse. For the film, we used it for the whole film. We used the Intravenous version 2 hack and the Moon 7 hack. And the camera is simply a beast. I call it a cheap beast, but it's a beast nonetheless. But moving on from gear, back to about storytelling, you can't forget that the story is the most important. For example, the movie Upstream Color, I love the film, but I noticed in the forums a lot of people were saying, hey, the film is so beautiful, but that was all they were saying. And so I was actually reading another article and it was talking about the director Shane Carruth. He was really short on the questions that were regarding the behind the scenes of the visuals, because he was more focused on the story. And I'd say a lot of people should take his approach. A lot of people should take that same approach to their own films. It's all good for your film to be beautiful, these epic shots, these slow-mo shots or these dolly shots, but at the end of the day, if you don't have a strong story, you won't have a successful film. At the end of the day, people will only just say, hey, your film looks great, but I really didn't get it. And that's kind of really what you don't want as a filmmaker, and especially starting off. You really want to have strong stories. And so of course I'll cover that in another video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.